Hello, my name is Katie Kojima. This is my pitch to the product makers about the solution which I am about to make will be beneficial to the organization. So, this is a brief overview of what the presentation will cover. We'll start with the aim and scope, leading to the introduction to the challenge given to us by the partner. I will then discuss the innovation process I've undertaken to create my prototype, which gives us the testing and insights and how the product makers can take that to the next step. Lastly, I will also introduce our challenge team and give acknowledgements for the fantastic program MIG has been. So, starting with the aim and scope, my aim for this proposal is to present the pinnacle of my solution to the challenge given by Matt Flavel and the product makers. I come from a communication design discipline, so this will be very much centered on those strengths and learnings I have taken so far in my education. So about the product makers, one interesting fact when I entered the challenge and learned who the product makers were, I learned absolutely nothing, and my assumptions were it sounded crafty, it sounds like my thing, I love making things. The reality was it was extremely different in a good way because it enabled my curiosity to learn more. When Matt first came to visit us at Monash College, it gave me the chance to be open minded, and the way he explained about what the product makers do was extremely easy for a person of a non science degree could understand. The product makers specialize in using sugarcane extract, what normally would be wasted, to create a healthier alternative to artificial sweeteners. And through this research, they concluded that it reduces the sugar in a drink by 30% while not altering taste as drastically. Knowing the fact my mum has diabetes and I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant, this is important because we know that sugar spikes are extremely bad for us and it affects our health. It made me feel a lot better too, knowing that the connection between the good health and well-being and responsible consumption and production are very much embedded in the product makers' research and work. So, what is the challenge? We were tasked with investigating whether AI could be used in production of flavors or would it risk trust with consumers and their perspectives on naturalness. An outcome that has been requested of us is a high quality piece of media. So, starting with the stakeholders, we'll look at the client and consumers as the most impacted. They're the ones that sell the products, create the products that work in line with the product makers. We also look at the retailers, suppliers, farmers, marketing design team. We also look at the IT department, media, food technologists, head researcher, and AI companies, as well as the important government and legislation with privacy and health and safety. The first step I undertook in the innovation strategies was creating a cluster map. The challenge at first was extremely overwhelming and very abstract and open to many different directions we could take. So I started with a cluster map and looked at how customers are consumers of media, whether it's social, radio, television, magazines, and so forth. This really helped me better understand that what the TPM is requesting and the importance of media to people. So we want a piece of media that highlights and educates about TPM, how AI is changing, and how AI is being utilized by TPM. The second step I undertook was the Crazy Eights. For this presentation, I presented a more polished, digitized version of my initial sketches, and I'll focus on the key frames that help shape my next steps. We start with a booklet, the sugarcane and the extract, and the AI, how it helps the sugarcane farming. So basically educating about what the TPM do. Next, we have a how we can turn those who may be skeptical of AI into those accepting it. And through that, we'll look at booklets based on experiences of Coca-Cola's failed product, the Y3000, being created, flavor, and designed by AI. I then explored whether people would be happier with AI disclaimers on products, knowing that people may still be skeptical that AI is very much against the United Nations SDGs with the environmental impact it has. My third step was researching and translating my assumptions into insights. This was extremely important. A lot of my assumptions were based on pretty much lots of people don't like AI, don't accept AI. But really, our research found that about half the people surveyed of the 62 were on the lower end of the spectrum, so they're not at all or slightly. So this changed my perspective and look back and work out, yes, AI can be embraced. How do we take that further? During the site visit, we asked Matt a question about marketing and promotional products. Matt acknowledged they are lagging behind with branches in Brazil and China, but it was also important to note there is a very fine line between exposing the secrets and losing the competitor edge for promoting product or awareness. A good example would be if the product makers are making flavors for Pepsi, but they're promoting it on social media, Coca-Cola could jump in and steal it. So we found that 6 of the 62% or 9.7% would want the product makers to disclose AI usage through promotional products. This led me to my prototype, an interactive PDF magazine or catalog which can be distributed quarterly that has hyperlinks that you can click on and take you to relevant pages on the website so people can learn more. Research has also been undertaken through academic articles saying that ebooks or digital marketing can be a cost-effective alternative to traditional print and offers flexibility. I found this as an example if I needed to fix a page number or fix some text, that I could easily just adjust it if I needed to. Once a print has been made, a print doesn't have that flexibility. I also experienced that print is more expensive. For an A5 booklet through Monsu, it cost me nearly $15. So I think digital print is definitely the better way to go. Through insight and testing my prototype, I was feeling extremely depressed when I was undertaking this stage, as no classmate was acknowledging my and needing help. So Alex encouraged me to use that to an advantage and reflect on that as part of this assessment. So I ended up getting 2 respondents from my family and asked them how they felt about the magazine. Some key phrases was the looks colourful and organised and colourful. This was extremely important because the magazine was deliberately designed to match the colour theme of the logos within the product makers, which is a good thing. And the data from 2 respondents, it can be hard to work out when the best time to publish a magazine, 50-50 for fortnightly and quarterly. But based on my findings, I feel like quarterly is best, and I will discuss why. So the next steps in conclusion, is a digital magazine desirable? Yes. Based on the research undertaken, there is no denying the power that digital media and digital magazines have on reaching new audiences and gaining more engagement with clients. Is it feasible? Yes. You only have to pay a designer to do the work and publish. Is it viable? Yes, when balanced correctly to space time between editions so you're not overwhelming the public and clients but also giving yourself the time to research it is viable. Lastly, I'd like to thank my challenge team. We have come from all different disciplines. Jack is studying politics, Amara comes from law, Reem, Casey, Alex, and Stephanie are from computer science, and obviously me being a communication design student, we all brought different views to the table, which has been fantastic to work with for the 3 weeks. Lastly, I'd like to acknowledge Monash University Associate Professor Susie Ho and Dr. Joel Moore for running this program. Without you, MIG would not be as impactful and inspiring as what it is. I'd also like to thank Matt Flavel and the product makers for working with us, giving us your time to help and educate us on the work on this and help us find solutions that will help benefit you. Thank you to our coaches, Jayani and Prunchal, for helping guide us through 3 weeks and nominating us for Coaches Award. It made us very happy seeing our team name up there. And lastly, these are my references. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.